let me go here. Structured data is that data which can be represented in a nice tabular format. It could be a simple Excel file or CSV file or any tabular file. If you can arrange the data in a nice structured format in rows and columns, then that's called as structured data. Structured data is that data which can be arranged in rows and columns in its raw state. And what is unstructured data? Unstructured data is that data which in its raw format, raw state, cannot be arranged in rows and columns. For example, we have videos, images, audio files, some kind of textual data. All these are unstructured data types. That means this data in its raw format cannot be arranged in a tabular format. Now, if you look at videos, for example, videos are collection of multiple images which are taken at a rapid pace. Video is collection of multiple images. And how many images you can capture per second would be called as frames per second. If you can capture more frames per second, then you will get a high definition video. So within a video, you'll have multiple images. Let me take one image frame as an example here. But before we proceed further, let me show you something interesting here. Maybe you would have seen this long back, right? So if you were to look at it, this is a movie reel. If you observe here, each of this is a frame of image. Each one of this is a frame. Okay, and if you look at all these frames at a rapid pace, it would appear as if it is a movie. Let me go to YouTube and then let me show you Flipbook. Hopefully, yep, look at that. This part, it's appearing as if it's a movie. And let me see if I can show something else. Yeah, look at that. This is appearing like a movie, as if someone is going into the planet or something on those lines. Look at that. This appears like a movie, right? Each of that would be okay. Now, when you take each image out, each image is made up of multiple pixels. Okay, each image is made up of pixels. And each pixel value ranges from 0 to 255, wherein 0 means black color and 255 means white color. Even if you have color images, when you try to analyze a color image, you are going to segregate the red channel, green channel, and the blue channel, RGB. Red channel, green channel, and blue channel, you try to segregate. And when you segregate those channels, you get black and white images. Each channel is a black and white image. And you have audio files, and then you have textual files. The movie reviews or the product reviews on Amazon, or the social media comments, Twitter tweets. All of these are textual in format, textual data, right? That is also unstructured. The data in its unstructured format cannot be placed in rows and columns. However, you can always transform the data. What you can do is, you can probably say that, okay, you're going to create a table. And if you have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. If you have an image which is going to have 5 rows and 6 columns, 5 multiplied by 6 would be 30. So you'll have x1, x2, x3, x4, x5. In that way, you'll have until x30. And say this is the first image, you take that and you put each and every pixel value in that location. Maybe the first pixel value is 0, black. Second pixel value probably is 10. Third pixel value is probably 250. The fourth pixel value is probably 113. So whatever be the values, this, keep entering. Then go to this pixel value, enter there. Go to this pixel value, enter here. Go to this pixel value, enter here. So on and so forth. So the moment you break down video into an image into pixels, you can take the pixel intensity values. And pixel intensity values range from 0 to 250. You take those values and place it in a nice tabular format like this. And then this becomes a structured data set. So unstructured data is that data which cannot be put in a tabular format in its raw state. However, if you transform the data, that means take a video, split that into multiple frames, take each frame of image, split that into pixels, and take each pixel value, put that into a table. When you do that transformation, the data would be, considered as structured data. Okay, so this is one part of the story. Then this tabular data is also called as columnar data. Tabular data is also called as columnar data set. These are different terms. As I've told you, in the initial days, all you need to focus upon is terminologies, the lingo. Okay, next. We also have something called as semi-structured data. Let me show you semi-structured data by probably taking an example of the file that we have here. Okay, I found this. Let me show you that. Okay. So this is an HTML page, hypertext markup language, a programming language which is used to build websites. If I were to right click on this and go to view page source, you would see certain tags. Okay, so tag, T-A-G, tags, right? So here you have title. You might say that, let me come up with a column called title, and whatever is mentioned within the title tags, I would take that and input here, a sample HTML page. And whatever exists in between address, for instance, probably you'll take that and mention that as address. And within address, you'll mention this complete address. Then probably you'll go to table And within table, you see something called as name. And you'll probably take all these names and then put them here underneath. You'll probably take qualification and you'll put all the qualification details, one below another. The point that I'm trying to drive is, while HTML file is also unstructured, in order to convert this unstructured data into a structured format, that is into a tabular format, it is slightly easier than converting your unstructured data like videos, images, etc. If you want to convert that into structured format, it might be difficult and it might be time consuming. However, if you have semi-supervised, semi-structured data, converting that into a structured format is far easier. It's far simpler. Okay, so that's the difference, friends. So if you have unstructured data, and if you want to make it structured, it would be difficult and time consuming. However, if you have semi-structured data, and if you want to make it structured, semi-structured data examples could be HTML file or an XML file, or you have something called as JSON, Java. And if you want to do this, it would be slightly easy, or I would say relatively easy. Why am I using the term relatively easy? Because in comparison to converting unstructured data into structured, converting semi-structured to structured would be easier and faster. Okay, this is one thing that you need to understand. And you name a company, you would understand that they would be dealing with videos. If you take, for instance, any company, basically, at a bare minimum, they should be having CCTVs, which will capture the videos. And you need to do video analytics to understand, is there an intruder who has entered your premise, for automatic attendance tracking of your employees, etc. When you say video analytics, it is nothing but image processing, because videos are combination of multiple images. So when we say video analytics, you're in some sense talking about image processing only. Okay. You name a company, aviation, for instance, will have video sensors, will have audio sensors. When, pilot and the navigator, when they discuss and talk by sitting in the cockpit, all the conversations get recorded, but all the conversations go into black box. In every flight, in every plane, rather, there'll be a black box. During, uncanny scenarios, or when the flight crashes, etc., they take the black box and then they try to listen to the audio conversations. Textual data, for example, you take Amazon or any of the e-commerce portals, people leave reviews. Analyzing the reviews or analyzing the social media content would be analyzing unstructured data. And today, every company has social media presence, and customers resort to social media to provide feedback. You are expected to analyze and review those. So this unstructured data is something which is available throughout. all the industries are, working on unstructured data, semi-structured data, as well as structured data. So you have structured data. I would call this as structured data. Example. This would be unstructured. Example. And then you have semi-structured data. And this is the example pertaining to that.